Hey guys, it's Lani here and it's time for our weekly Lani chat. First, be sure to hit the subscribe button because you do not want to miss out on these. We do them once a week. They're epic, so go ahead and hit that now. Today I'm going to be talking about how to go to sleep with anxiety. I know that we all suffer from anxiety. I think it's the most common human thing that we all have to deal with. So I'm going to give you some really simple, easy tools on how to fall asleep when you are suffering from that crazy anxiety and when you have gone down the rabbit hole. All right, so today we are talking about how to fall asleep even with that dreaded anxiety that seems to take over, that seems like there's no hope and no way out. So if you have anxiety and suffer from laying in bed, and I feel like I'm literally like a crackhead, like I just have this anxiety and my heart's pounding, I'm pumping. If you've ever felt that way, if you've ever been in your bed and you just can't stop and then your heart starts pounding, this video is for you. So we're gonna go over some really simple, easy tools. The first thing that I would just like to make really clear is our anxiety is coming from thoughts in our mind. Now, a lot of times we really like to attach and hold on to these thoughts because unfortunately we're addicted to this like negative, dramatic, everything that goes wrong, everything that I don't have state of mind. So the anxiety isn't coming when we're trying to fall asleep at nighttime in our bed. The anxiety isn't happening right now. You are not in a life or death situation right here, right now. Yeah. A lot of times I have clients that they're like, I just get this anxiety attack comes on. I'm at work or I'm public. So what I want you to realize and really understand is that the anxiety is triggered from the fear of a thought. Now, our body doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not real. So your body is going to respond. It's going to go into fight or flight mode. You're going to start having all these really intense reactions, preparing yourself for a life or death situation or a fight, a struggle. Your body is preparing yourself to make it out alive. That's its job. So when we are laying in bed, as soon as we realize that we have gone into the head, and that's the number one thing, that's just, as soon as we have that realization, it's like we come back into the present moment. I like to just kind of explain it. It's like Peter Pan in a shadow. Your body is laying in your bed and your mind is just gone, like down the rabbit hole, all the things that could go wrong, all the things I don't have. And you really do feel afraid. So when we talk about anxiety, when we have the anxiety, it's like, it's real though. Like you don't understand. I've heard this so many times, but you don't understand. I've had anxiety. I do understand, right? But we just have to start learning how to not make that our identity. And we have to make that decision and choose to see the truth, which is, we're reacting to a fear, a scary thought in our mind. So yeah, sure, we have anxiety. Yeah, sure, I really do believe that you're suffering. I know, like, I get it. I've been up in the middle of the night with so much anxiety and so much worry and fear and pain and hurt. I wanted to like scratch my skin off and I just didn't know how to deal with it. I understand. So when we are losing that sleep, it's just this crazy perpetual ball that has more anxiety created, and then we have less tools because we don't have the sleep and we're exhausted and we need to be in this sort of like high energy state to be able to function properly. And how can we possibly like go exercise if we haven't slept and we have anxiety? Where's the motivation to better ourselves in a spiritual realm if we don't even have our basic needs met, right? If we can't even sleep through the night. So here's the first step. I'm just gonna have a sip of the coffee because it's morning here. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do when you're laying in bed, and once you have to have that realization that, right, I'm in my mind, is make that clear to yourself. This isn't real. I'm reacting to thoughts. I'm in my head. I'm just gonna have you rub your thumb and point your finger together and start by taking 10 breaths and make them open mouth exhale. So in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And I want you to count the breaths and I want all of your attention to come onto your breath. So you can't have all your attention on your breath and be in the past with the anxiety as well. You have one choice or the other. You can't do both. Either the mind is present and in your body or the mind is going down the rabbit hole. So we rub the fingers together. We start by breathing out through the mouth. I like to remind myself out loud and say, wow, these Like, these thoughts have really taken me down the rabbit hole, and I immediately connect to the physical symptoms that I'm having, right? Because a lot of times our first reaction as human is I want to run away from the pain. It's too intense. It's torturous. I don't like it. I hate it. Make it go away. And we want to do whatever we can to not feel it. I want you to run towards those feelings. I want you to, for me, I get like this crazy sick stomach. My heart starts pounding and I like can't take a breath, and I run towards those feelings. I'm like, wow, my stomach is sick. My heart is pounding. I'm having trouble breathing. Once we clarify that that's what's going on, your body starts to realize, wow, this isn't really happening. I'm in my bedroom and in my bed, and wow, like this isn't really happening at the moment. We make that crystal clear. And then the next tool I'm going to have you do is start to focus on parts of your body. Because what we want to do is take the momentum away from the mind. Because as we start thinking these crazy thoughts, and then our body starts reacting, then our thoughts have more power and they start feeding off the sick stomach and the heart pounding, and then our body starts reacting to the stronger thoughts, and it's this crazy, crazy circle. That's why we all know that when you wake up with anxiety or you have anxiety in bed, it's not like, oh, 10 seconds, then I get to fall asleep. That shizzle is lasting like hours and hours, and sometimes all night. It's because of that perpetual momentum and because of what the body feeding off the thoughts, and then the thoughts feeding off the body. So we want to take as much energy and attention away from the mind and the thoughts so it can't feed, because what happens to something if it doesn't feed? It dies. So we want to pull all of that attention and energy out of the thoughts and bring it into your body, because what's not going to work is like, okay, stop doing this. Okay, I don't like this. Like, if you just tell yourself in your head, stop, that's not enough momentum. We need something that's really strong and that's going to really anchor. So we do the breath, and that's enough to stop the momentum. The breath is really going to anchor us into the present moment. And then I'm just going to have you go to different parts of your body. So we're lying in bed. I want you to, with all your attention and energy, come to the toes on your right foot. So you can do any body part. I like to switch it around, so because if I keep doing the same routine every night, then I get comfortable and used to it, and then my mind's like, I'm out of here, I'm going back to the anxiety. So I switch it around, like left knee, thumb on the right hand, belly button, and I take a couple seconds in each body part and breathe into it. So that momentum that was going like the most fast, insane, crazy, big, scary wheel that it's been going and going and going has now, we've stopped the momentum. But know this, just like a bicycle tire, like if you stop spinning it, it's going to spin for a little bit. So it's going to take a little bit for that momentum to stop. So we just keep coming back, doing that routine over, rubbing the thumb and pointer finger together, 10 breaths. Coming to body parts. I reckon you can barely get through 3 of that routine before the mind, all the momentum in the mind is gone. You now are your shadow, like Peter Pan in the shadow. Your mind and body are both in the same place. They're both in your bed. You can take these comfortable breaths. The physical symptoms have started to go away and would be completely gone by the time you go back to bed, because now you've made it clear that you're in the present moment. You're not in a life or death situation, and your body doesn't need to react. So the most important thing is realizing as quickly as you can that you are not present, that you have gone down the rabbit hole, and that's enough to bring you back. And then have that control, like have the self-control, have the motivation, all of your attention into the fingers, into the breath, and then going through different parts of the body. I like to go through maybe about 10 different body parts. And as we keep doing the rounds, you can switch and take a couple breaths, all of your attention, like it's the most important thing you've ever done. You don't want to kind of leave that leeway for the mind. The mind's going to come in and it's going to be all flirty and it's going to like sabotage you with all these crazy, negative, scary things that you can focus on, and you just keep coming back to your body, to the present moment. I promise this will help you get back to bed. We call this the Yoga Nidra, and one of my favorite mentors, Eckhart Tolle, teaches this as well. Doesn't matter what religion, this is why I love, it's like all my favorite spiritual teachers, and they all come from everywhere, Buddhist, Christian, right? They're all coming from everywhere, every decade, and it's all the same thing. And I know this works because I've been in the situation where I've had so much anxiety in the middle of the night and I can't sleep and my heart is pounding and I'm sick to my stomach. And then I start feeling hopeless and like dark, because for me, when I don't sleep, it really affects me. I like need my sleep. So when I'm not having the sleep, then I'm just so much more depressed than I was the night before, with just a little bit of anxiety that turned into a lot of anxiety that kept me up all night. I know you can do this. let's just put all of our attention in it, right? We're not going to get it done by going, oh, yeah, I'll get to that. No, make a change now, make a shift now. I know it's possible. We're not meant to suffer. So get your breathing on, your fingers rubbing together, and then come to each body part. And let me know how this works for you. Yeah, write in the comments. I love this routine. It's one of my favorite routines. I also just wanted to let you know that I do these really incredible guided meditations. I have a free 3-day course. Check it there, and we'll start with meditation. We'll get you into your body, and then we'll get into the physical part. And this is all just these amazing tools that are super healing and helping you to get through the day in your body, because the more you're in your body, the easier it is for you to get into your body at nighttime when you have that anxiety. So if you want to learn how to get rid of your anxiety, how to get through the night with sleep, how to meditate and be present and feel happy and grateful, go to my 3-day course. And I will see you guys soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.